Hey guys, apologies for the delay. Hope everyone who celebrated it got to spend a happy Memorial Day at home with your loved ones, and clearly that's entirely what this show is about, as it's returning full circle back to the concepts of home, family, and love. Not just a love story between Kevin and Nora, but a love story among an extended family. I'm sure many of you agree that we could watch endless seasons of this pure craziness simply because we love these characters so much. We don't need answers to the supernatural. We just need more of these characters doing anything or nothing, and it'd be awesome. So it's sad that the show, arguably one of the greatest ever, is coming to an end, but the silver lining is that it's coming to an end in a beautiful and spectacular fashion. As far as this episode is concerned, what's better than Justin Theroux? 2 Justin Therouxs. Instead of throwing out 50 Easter eggs, callbacks, and whatnot, I'm going to divide this video up into 5 sections: misconceptions, control, symbolism, Easter eggs, questions and answers, and predictions. Let's start with 2 misconceptions. Most of us realize that the book, which season 1 was based off of, was open-ended. Yet some of us, myself included, fell right into the writer's trap in the first episode or 2 of season 3. We wondered, is there going to be another departure? Will we find out where they went? Will they come back? And the answer to all those questions? Probably no. Here's a second thing that I was confused about until I scanned Reddit earlier today. The people in the alternate dimension are all people who have died, not people who departed. We have still never seen any departed. With that said, let's move on to the concept of control. In the alternate reality, both the International Assassin Kevin and President Kevin started off as puppets. They were being told what to do. One had an earpiece, the other had a teleprompter, but it was foreshadowed early that Kevin was going to take back control in this episode since he tried drowning himself alone. He accomplished Grace's mission by ignoring the prompter and speaking candidly to her son Liam, and he accomplished John's mission by telling his Secret Service agents that he would ride solo with Evangeline. A major turning point was when he looked into his own reflection in Patty's glasses, while Assassin Kevin saw his own reflection in the scope of the rifle. At this point, his 2 inner selves started to connect, to see eye to eye so to say, and came together towards a common goal. His personal goal was to get rid of the fear of vulnerability so that he can hopefully find Nora in the finale, spend a long healthy life with her, and possibly with their baby assuming she's pregnant. His other half, Assassin Kevin, gained control by dropping the earpiece after killing the vice president. At first glance, it seems like Kevin failed his father since he failed the 3rd mission, but I don't think he failed his father. He was able to accomplish missions 1 and 2 because they were simple. They were about passing on messages to loved ones. Family is something that Kevin believes in, so he could speak to those people or manifestations of those people in this alternate reality. But he doesn't believe that he or his father can save the world. So instead of coming out of this alternate dimension with a song for his father, he just came out alive. He said that his dad needed the song, but it's not true. All his dad needs is family, and he gives his father just that at the end of the episode, hanging out on the roof, which was a callback to the first scene of episode 1. Worth noting that right before he joined his father on the roof, he saw Michael and his father together, sleeping in the church. And if you didn't catch it, Kevin makes a little smirk right here. It's very quick, only a frame or 2, but that was my favorite moment of the episode. The second big symbolic moment of reflection came after he failed Mission 3. He sees his reflection on the screen as President Kevin is still looking into his reflection in the glasses, and shortly after, they come together to resolve Mission 4, which was to carve out that piece of his heart that was full of fear. Now let's quickly go over some symbolism and Easter eggs before we get to the questions and predictions. The walls here reminded me of the alleyway that Lori jumped into in the last episode, and if you watch the show with subtitles, I found it interesting that the door made a hissing sound, like a snake. The intro song was the intro used in season 1, which shows us that we're coming full circle, and Nora said that she wants to be cremated, which foreshadows her attempting to use a radiation device in the finale. On the other hand, Kevin said that he wanted to be stuffed, which is ironic since he was saying this to the woman that he makes love to, and they implied later in the episode that Kevin has a really big heart. Nora wanted Kevin to grow a beard, and the Kevin that lived was the bearded Kevin. I recognized a few words that the Russian dude said, and I think he mentioned his mother and his brother, which ties into the show's theme of family. Dean asked Kevin if he was going to invite him in, which was a callback to season 1 when he showed up to the Garvey's house with a 6-pack of beer, and the first words on the teleprompter were "G'day, Melbourne," the title of episode 4. Patty said the case contained a nuclear football, which I sort of interpreted it as Kevin being the quarterback in this alternate dimension. And the Fisher protocol is pretty interesting too, because it's basically the opposite side of the coin than the questions the physicist asked. In one scenario, you're asked to kill a baby to save everyone, and in this episode, Kevin was asked to kill one person in order to kill everyone by shooting off the nukes. The Situation Room's lockdown code was 6969, which is another clear reference to duality, and the way Kevin was straddling his own body reminded me of Nora straddling the mannequin at the hotel convention party in season 1, episode 6. Now, onto the answers, questions, and predictions. One thing we got answered today was actually my biggest question going into the season. I made a Reddit thread on it the day before or the day of the season 3 premiere. We learned what Burton whispered to Kevin on the bridge in the season 2 finale, namely, that Kevin is the most powerful man in the world. My take on that is that it shows that the alternate dimension is Kevin's own place, that all those people are just manifestations of Kevin's own mind. But there's a big hole in that theory. Kevin had never seen Christopher Sunday, so if he doesn't know what Christopher looks like, then how did he appear in the dimension with the Kevins? We would have known for sure if Lori showed up there. Even though I still think Lori did not commit suicide in episode 6, as they introduced the VP, I was totally expecting it to be her. But yeah, since she didn't show up, I'm confused how to interpret that dimension. Maybe it's just in his head, maybe it's like purgatory in a sense. Let me know in the comment section where you stand with that. Now, onto the questions. Michael seems to be way more grounded than everyone else. He's always a step ahead of everyone, so I'm hoping that he has one little bit of wisdom left for the finale. Here's an old question. Is Nora pregnant? In this episode, we got another twist. There was a baby crying in the baby monitor. But if you watch with subtitles, it said that the voice was Lily's. So unless they have a new baby and call it Lily also, then the scene was from the past, not the future. Number 3. What's up with Nora? Is she going to actually use the device in the finale? Will she disappear? Will Kevin have to use it too and convince her to come back? Or will the team work together and prevent Nora from using the device in the first place? I'm so pumped. So here are my predictions. My biggest hope is that Season 3 will end similar to Season 1 and 2, with the extended family coming back together. And even though Tom, Jill, and Erica seem to have moved on, and even though Matt and Lori seem to have overcome their own demons, I'd love to see everyone back together. For Matt's sake, I hope Mary shows up too. It doesn't matter whether it's in Australia, New York, or Texas, home is not about the location. Home is simply wherever your friends and family are. I expect Nora and Kevin to finally get married, and I have my fingers crossed that we see everyone smiling as we head into the closing credits. But I don't expect it to go down that way. An even better closing scene would be an old Kevin showing up by Nora's side. Roll credits. Love will keep us together.